Huh?
You want in it?
What's that? Nah, I'm good. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
I just really wanted to get some of this good lighting right here.
Yeah, that's cool.
I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, man.
All right, guys. So as y'all can see, I tried to get that quick picture in. I just love the way everything looks right here. Not gonna lie, man, if you get a rear-wheel drive car, or whether it's high horsepower, low horsepower, it's just very important that you learn how to slide that car. You need to learn how to control your car, and I feel like that's why it's important that everybody learns how to do some circles, do some donuts, whatever you want to call it. I think it's extremely important to just get that skill, bro. And I encourage anybody, if you're watching this, I encourage anybody to just go out to a warehouse and do some circles, bro, because things can go so bad if you never experiencing your car losing control. Or if you just get in a car like a 01 Scat Pack, Hellcat 5.0, and you gotta learn how to control your car somehow, some way. And I just believe it's a really, really important thing. As you guys saw on my other channel, I did a video my first time sliding the 01, and it was extremely nerve-wracking, bro. I ain't gonna lie, I had to get used to it, and I'm still getting used to it, man. And I'm gonna go out and practice some more because I do want to get more control over my car, and that's why I encourage everybody to do the same thing. A lot of people, I feel like, are too confident or don't want to admit that. I feel like a lot of people are too confident or don't want to admit that they don't know how to control their car, so they'll never go like practice. Everybody like to make like they got it all together. Everybody's a top driver. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? Me personally, I'm not that person. I don't completely know my car, and I'm still learning it. And I'm not afraid to say that, man. I'm still learning my car and getting used to things. Sometimes the 01 still kind of gets out of control a little bit, and I'll be a little nervous. I'll still be a little sketched out, but that's normal till you get used to it, you know? So I'm just keep practicing, bro. And if you stay in a place like me where we don't really have a track or anything like that close, you just got to go to a big open parking lot and get used to it. Because I was trying, as you guys saw in that video, if you did watch that video, then you know I kind of kept spiraling out of control. I kept giving it too much throttle and not really getting the right point and really learning how to control my car. I'm not gonna sound new to the car scene, but I'm still getting pretty used to everything, and I'm meeting a whole lot of people, and I've seen a lot of people crash out, bro. Like, soon as the weather gets a little bit bad, or maybe they don't have the best tires on the car, whatever the reason is, I've just seen so many people with rear-wheel drive cars, once they get like 500 horsepower or above that 500 horsepower point, I've seen so many people like crash out, or I'm hearing about people crash and everything like that. And it's just because nobody takes the time to control their car, bro. I can't stress it enough. But I'm gonna tell you guys a little story about what happened, right? There's a guy I met at the pit, man. We was at a legal pit. Really cool dude. He was telling me he just got his Cat Pack and stuff like that. And he was asking me that I want to slide his car at the pit. Now, I personally, as I told you guys, I can barely control my own car, so why do I want to slide somebody else's car at the pit? But he was trying to give me keys, let me slide his car. I told him, nah, man, I'm cool. He was like, all right, man, he just really want to see his car in the pit. I'm like, I feel it. So he ended up letting somebody slide his car, right? Cool, good for him. But then, I'll say a day or two after the pit, it ends up raining. And you probably can tell where I'm going. This ends up raining. He's on the highway doing his thing, driving. And of course, the car loses control. Because, you know, just swung on those tires. Pretty sure the tires are bald or almost bald, or not good enough to be driving in the rain with the type of car he was in. So we get a call, he ended up crashing, and his car ended up being a total loss. And this could have been prevented, one, if he didn't let somebody slide his car, and two, if he took the time to learn how to slide and control his car on his own. I do feel like that's a situation where if he understood his car a little bit more, he could have kind of avoided that situation. Because driving in the rain with a high horsepower car isn't impossible. It's just different than what it is with driving a regular car in the rain. You just got to kind of know not to give it too much throttle, understand you can't make certain cuts, and you probably gonna have to go below the speed limit for your safety until you realize about where you can hold it at. Now, me personally, when I'm driving, I've drove my 01 in the snow, I've drove my 01 in the rain, like pouring down rain and can barely see. And as you guys can see, me and my 01 is still here. And I just understand that when it gets down to that point, first I need to make sure I got good tires. If I don't have good tires, I'm not driving this car. And then three, that you just got to get used to it. Now, I'm still getting used to the 01, but I've had other rear-wheel drive cars that have got loose, feel like they lost control and everything like that. So I am somewhat familiar, but like I say, I'm still learning, man. And I don't ever get too confident in my ability to drive. I understand it's always some things for me to learn, some things for me to get better at. You know what I mean? So But a lot of people, they just, like I say this all the time, man, they're just too confident in their driving abilities and don't ever want to sit and understand you got to learn your car and you got to improve, bro. And if you guys see my other video, then you know these tires, because I've been swinging on these tires. I've been practicing on these tires. Like I said, I don't drive the 01 in the rain, and I do want to completely cook this set before I take them off, because I do have my OEM set with good Michelins on the rear, so I know I'll be fine when I put those back on. But I am practicing on these sets, and I do want to finish this set before I take them off. So I don't drive my 01 unless it's a really sunny day. And even then, so with these tires being how they are, it does allow me to get used to my car losing control, because if I give it too much throttle, my car will lose control, and I feel like that allows me to get even more comfortable than driving around with perfectly good tires, as I'm gonna show you guys in like 1 second. Only reason I'm making this video, because I see a lot of stuff on Facebook, man. I be looking at a lot of Facebook comments when I see people sliding and stuff like that, or even people I meet in the car community. Like, people be like, man, it's not that hard to do circles, I can do circles. And it'll be a guy in like a manual Miata saying it's so easy to control your car. Now, I'm not knocking Miata drivers when I say this, but when you have a car that has a lot of horsepower, you do want to get used to controlling something with a lot of horsepower, because a lot of guys will go from, let's say, that Miata to an F80 or a G80, and then the car won't last a week because this car has a whole lot more power than you're used to. With that Miata, yes, you can swing it, yes, you can do donuts, but you got to be really committed, bro. You got to have your traction off. You know, you got to really go into it. With cars like this, you give it too much throttle on the turn, next thing you know, you're into a pole or into a tree. And that's why a lot of people get high horsepower rear wheel drive cars and they crash, bro. That's why we see so many F80s, G80s, Hellcats, Scat Packs, Mustangs crash all the time, bro. People got to get used to it. And more importantly to the power, more importantly than the power, you have to get used to your car. I'll never forget, I was at this car meet, right? And it was a 5.0 Mustang in front of me. Y'all let me know if y'all feel I'm talking too fast in these videos. I'm just so excited, man. I got so much I want to say, so I apologize if I'm talking too fast. I'm gonna really work on that. But I was at this car meet, guys, and I seen this Mustang, and he was in front of me like how we are now, but we're turning out the parking lot, and he's making like a left turn. So keep that in mind. We're sitting here, sitting, red light just like now. Light finally turns green. And he hits it and he starts sliding. I'm like, whoa, he's really walking it. He straightens up, then out of nowhere, boom, he hits the curb. And I'm like, bro, how did he hit the curb in that situation? And what I felt like he did was that he gave it too much, man. He was turning the wheel too much. You know, the car wants to go straight. So the car straightened out, but he's still turning his wheel. You know what I mean? And I feel like the car got straight, but he was overcorrecting. And then boom, that caused him to hit the curb. And those type of situations that happen before you know it. That's why I feel like everybody should just get in a parking lot and get that practice in. Like, I just feel like that's like mandatory, bro. You got to get that practice in for your safety as well as other people on the road, man. You got to get used to your car. And a lot of people say, go to the track, go to the track. The track is like, to me, the track is like the Olympics. When you at the track, you don't want to be a complete rookie out there, man, because you can total your car on the track too. I just feel like a big open space where you can't hit anything is the best way to at least learn how to control your car when it gets out of control. Now, when you want to really get good, go to the track. That's where you're going to really reach that next level. You know what I'm saying? Because my goal is to track my car. I do want to take the 01 to the track, but I feel like I need to get more control over the 01 in regular scenarios. But thank you guys for coming to my TED Talk. I'm gonna catch y'all in the next video.